What happens when a coach refuses to write a kid off the way everyone else already has? On my first day as the new track coach at Fairmont High, I stood at the edge of the field watching the returning athletes warm up. That's when I saw Deshaun deliberately clip another runner during a stride out, sending the kid sprawling into the grass. The whole team cracked up. Deshaun just walked back to the start line with this loose, don't-care swagger, like he owned the place. The athletic director caught me afterward. "That's Deshaun, fastest kid we've ever had, and the biggest headache. 2 coaches walked away last season because of him. Just try to get through the year, okay?" There was this worn-out finality in his voice, like he'd already filed Deshaun under lost cause. Something about it sat wrong in my chest. You don't give up on a kid just because he's hard. At my first real practice, Deshaun was exactly what I'd been warned about. Showed up 15 minutes late, earbuds in, music leaking out. When I called the team in, he stayed stretched out on the bleachers. The other kids kept glancing at me, waiting to see how I'd bring the hammer down. But I didn't become a coach to break kids. So I walked over and asked if he'd help me set out the hurdles. He looked at me like I'd spoken another language. The whispers started immediately. I was already doing it wrong. In the coach's office later, one of the assistants shook her head. "Don't waste your energy being nice to that one. We've all tried. He's a black hole." I nodded along and threw out every word in my head. The next 2 weeks tested me hard. Deshaun would jog the warm-up lap at a walk. He'd mouth off during drills, get the others riled up, then blow a workout on purpose right after running a split that should have been impossible for a kid his age. When he actually ran a clean 401 afternoon, I felt this rush of hope until he shoved a teammate in the locker room 10 minutes later, and I had to send 2 of them home. The athletic director came by. "I hear you're letting Deshaun slide. The other kids are noticing. Don't let him play you." I didn't have an answer anymore. By week 3, I got a written note in my file about inconsistent discipline undermining the program. That same day, I kept Deshaun after practice, honestly just trying to understand why he torched every chance I handed him. "I just wanted to go over your form on the curve," I said. "You're losing time, you don't have to." He laughed in my face. "Coaches don't help guys like me." I slid his timesheet across the bench, all my notes scribbled in the margins. "You've got a natural stride most kids train years for. You just need to trust it. Come in early tomorrow, I'll work with you one-on-one." He didn't show. I stood on that empty track for 40 minutes feeling like a fool. 2 more weeks, and it got worse before it got better. He got in a shouting match with a teammate at a meet and nearly got us disqualified. Then came the parent meeting the program held before regionals. I watched families file in. Deshaun's seat stayed empty. No mom, no dad, no aunt, nobody. And it hit me all at once. This kid was completely on his own. The next week, I tried something different. I made him captain of the relay warm-ups. Small thing, but he did it, no attitude. I started calling out "good adjustment" when he fixed his form, even when it was only halfway there. The other kids muttered about favoritism, but slowly, in my presence, the edges came off him. Then I had the team write a short piece for a college recruitment packet. Why running mattered to them. Most wrote about winning, about scholarships. Deshaun turned his in late, the paper soft and warped like it had gotten wet. The first line stopped me cold. He wrote that 3 years ago. Everything fell apart. His mother got sick, the long, cruel kind of sick, and he'd been the one home with her at the end. His father had already been gone for years, and after the funeral there was no one. He bounced between a grandmother who couldn't really manage and a couch at a friend's place. He wrote, "Every time I mess up before someone can care about me, it hurts less than when they leave on their own. So I mess up first. Running is the only thing that never quit on me." I read it twice and had to sit down. Everything changed after that. Not overnight, but he started showing up early on his own. He made regionals, then state. He anchored our relay to a school record his senior year and walked at graduation with a partial scholarship to run in college. I lost touch with him for a long time. Then, almost 12 years later, an envelope arrived at the school with my name on it. Inside was a check for the track program and a short note in handwriting I somehow recognized. "Use this for the kid everybody's already given up on." Somebody did that for me once.